Hello gamers, welcome back to Game Warp. I'm Kim, and today we're looking at the March mobile game roundup of 2018. Zen Koi 2, Landshark Games. Zen Koi 2 presents itself as a peaceful game where you grow a koi in a pond. It might sound simple, but there's actually a lot of different things that can happen with this game. When a koi grows, it can mate with other kois and hatch eggs, which open up other collectibles of different kois. At the same time, you can also catch various types of prey and craft them into other elements to expand and at the same time unlock artifacts, which can also expand your pond. When the koi is fully developed, it can even ascend to be a dragon. Now, isn't that cool? While the game idea seems rather simple, every expansion of the pond will lead to a different group of prey with distinct characteristics, and that means a different approach and a different way to catch them in order to be able to craft them. The crafting formula also gets more complex with each expansion that you need to achieve. The koi itself also can be leveled up with the more prey that you catch, whether it is related to what you're trying to craft or not. And these ones can give you points, just like an RPG, to kind of level up the speed, the agility, the rarity, whichever you prefer in each level. The bottom line, Zen Koi 2 is a relaxing game to enjoy as you grow one koi at a time, one expansion at a time, with Zen music in the background. Our score, 4 out of 5. Kami 2, State of Play. For fans of Kami, this sequel brings a lot of the same with some extra features. If you enjoy filling up a multicolored page into one single color, this game is right up your alley. Actually, if you don't know what Kami is, this is exactly what the game's goal is. While that sounds easy, the puzzles are quite complex, and it actually challenges your creativity and your logic. The idea of the game is to use the limited amount of moves available to color up certain parts of the diagram and turn it into one single solid color. As the game progresses, there are more colors added into the mix, the patterns get more complicated, and it's really hard for your head to wrap around the whole idea to find the solution. However, every single approach is very refreshing because all the solutions will change up so that you really need to work on changing the strategy to how you approach each puzzle. Kami 2 has more than 100 puzzles to solve, as well as a level editor added into this sequel for a challenge if you want to create your own. The bottom line, blending logic and problem solving together in a simple and unique idea, Kami 2 delivers a truly addictive and challenging gaming experience. Our score, 4.5 out of 5. San Diego Inc. Think Tesla Studios. Are you a fan of Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego games? We certainly are. Now, if you aren't current on who Carmen Sandiego is, well, let me tell you. Carmen Sandiego is a mastermind sleuth along with her band of heist criminals that steal all kinds of artifacts around the world. Following clues, we step into the investigative ranks as we start each case with a specific time limit to issue a warrant and catch the criminal. The clues help us track down the criminal from one location to the next. San Diego Inc. replicates the original game really well. Although there are some little flaws to it, such as the clues dropped from one location to the next to build the description to the warrant doesn't really quite add up very well and leaves a little bit to be desired. It gives very good clues to let you go from one location to the next and really challenges that worldwide trivia. But in terms of where to find these little intricacies of how to build your warrant, sometimes they are very lacking, and it feels like it gives you the necessity to trigger those free ads in order to obtain enough clues. The bottom line, San Diego Inc. remains educational as players can learn about fun facts about various countries. While the game lacks a bit of the finesse of the original games, San Diego Inc. still replicates the formula fairly well. Our score, 3.5 out of 5. Reign's Her Majesty, Nereal. Last year's sequel to 2016's Reign's Her Majesty, flips around to you playing as a queen, who makes a lot of the choices in each monarchy. The way the game works is similar to the previous game, where you swipe left and right in each scenario that happens in order to provide a balance, politics and personal relationships, so that her reign can last longer. Any country that has one component skewed too much will fail, which usually means that the queen will be overrun and die in various different ways. Different special events are also triggered just like the previous games, and it creates objectives. And in many times, it will also, at certain points of the game, trigger a new card pack, which opens up even more scenarios and more characters. This sequel includes an inventory system, which the queen can pick up certain items along her reign and use it. For example, at the beginning, we have a coronation rite process, and you get a perfume bottle, which can be used in her little dance sequence during that process. The bottom line, keeping with the same 4 components to control and having a witty narration with a whole slew of new characters, but maintaining an easy to learn but hard to strategically master style. Reign's Her Majesty improves on what was already a great formula in its predecessor. Our score, 5 out of 5. Cooking Mama, Let's Cook. Office Create Court. Cooking Mama hit the scene on Nintendo DS in the early 2000s. And if you haven't played that game, Cooking Mama is a cooking game, not surprising, and it works incredibly well with a touchscreen. In that same sort of style, Cooking Mama changes recipes into different steps, which you can do by touching the screen, chopping and tossing dough or something like that in that manner, different actions that work towards a recipe and creating that perfect recipe. With that said, the familiar Cooking Mama here is beefed up with not only recipes that you can unlock or purchase additionally if you really want to. However, even without these purchases, Cooking Mama still offers some new features, like running a restaurant and having an extra character like Papa as someone to taste the food. It might seem like a rather homely experience, but moms should be celebrated, and as silly as Cooking Mama is, there is some merit to learning a few cooking and chopping basics here. The bottom line, Cooking Mama Let's Cook retains the initial experience and adds a little more fun. Our score, 4 out of 5. This wraps up this mobile game roundup. We had some really impressive titles this time around with a nice mix of styles. What mobile games are you playing? If you enjoyed this episode, remember to subscribe and check back next month for our April mobile game roundup. Till next time, bye!